Hey guys, welcome to ABC Cooking, where I'm going to show you the recipes I've learned growing up as an American-born Chinese. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make stock from bones. This is more of a how-to recipe, so feel free to use whatever type of bones you want. I'm using pork bones. These bones include ball joint bones, which have quite a bit of meat on them, as well as cartilage, and on the inside there's a little bit of bone marrow. The other bones in this set are the leg bones. These don't have as much meat or any cartilage, but there's quite a bit of bone marrow inside. For now, set aside the bones and we can start cutting up our aromatic vegetables for the stock. You can use whatever type of vegetables you want, but I'm going to be using green onions, garlic, and ginger. For the green onions, I always like to use the white and light green parts. This is because it has more of the onion flavor, and I like to use the dark green parts for garnish. So I'm going to cut the leaves off and then cut the roots off. Then I'm going to thinly slice the ginger and crush the garlic with the flat side of the knife. Thinly slicing the ginger and crushing the garlic allows the flavor to permeate throughout the stock. Now that the prep work is done, bring a pot of water to boil and add the bones and aromatic vegetables. If you want to make a more Western style broth, instead of green onions and ginger, you can use regular onions, carrots, and celery. In addition to the aromatics, you can add whatever herbs you have laying around. I'm going to be using cilantro stems that I have left over and some lemongrass ginger tea bags that we have. You can use whatever herbs you want, so you could use bay leaves, black peppercorns, parsley leaves, star anise, anything you want. Like I said, this is more of a how-to video instead of a recipe video. Once everything is in the pot, throw in some Chinese rice wine. Instead of rice wine, you could use a dry white wine or a dry sherry. Then let the stock come back to a boil and boil for about 30 minutes uncovered. After 30 minutes, check back on the stock and a bunch of gunk should have floated up to the top. This gunk is from all the blood that's within the bones. So we don't want that because it'll make the stock bitter. So scoop that out with a fine mesh strainer or a ladle or spoon. When skimming out the scum, I like to give the stock a mix because the gunk can get stuck beneath the bones and vegetables. Like here, see, you don't want that gross thing in your stock. Then all you have to do is let the stock boil and reduce uncovered until it's been reduced about halfway and the flavor is where you want it to be. At this point, the meat on the bone should be nice and tender and the bone marrow should be easily poked out with some chopsticks. If you want, you can poke out the marrow into the soup and then boil the stock for about another half hour until the marrow's flavor and the marrow itself melts into the stock. Once you're done boiling, all you have to do is take the meat out from the pot and set it aside. Make sure you eat that meat though and get your money's worth. Then, if you want, you can pour the stock through a fine mesh strainer or some cheesecloth until it's completely clear. Make sure to season the stock to your taste. I'm not going to be seasoning the stock just yet because I'm going to be using it in the next recipe. You can use the stock in several different ways. For example, you could just drink it as is on a cold rainy night, or you could use it as a sauce or soup base. You'll see next week that I'll be using it as the soup base for my Taiwanese beef noodle soup. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, if you follow me, cooking can be easy as ABC. I'll see you next time. Bye!